Hello, Namaste, Salam Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. Welcome to another session with your Vahchef at VahRehVah.com. Today I am going to show you how to make some awesome mushroom cocktail samosa. And before I show you how to make the mixture, I am going to show you how to make the sheets, thin sheets of roti, which we are going to turn them into samosa. For this, I am going to take 2 cups of all-purpose flour, that is maida. In this, add 1 cup of whole wheat flour, that is the atta we use for making the chapatis, and this is whole wheat flour and all-purpose flour. In this, add just required amount of salt and also add little bit of oil in this. And now we are going to make a very soft dough. For this, I am going to add water and make a soft dough. Now, look at this. Make sure you make the dough soft like a chapati dough, and also we are going to rest the dough before we roll the dough thin, because otherwise the dough will stretch back and you will have tough time rolling it. Once the dough is all ready, just cover it up with a wet cloth and rest it for 15-20 minutes. Once you rest the dough, we are going to divide it into smaller portions and again rest it for few more minutes before you roll into a thin roti. Now, take the dough, take help of some all-purpose flour, and then we are going to roll this very thin. Now, we are going to roll this very thin. Look at this. If you take the help of the flour, then you will be able to roll. And another thing is, make sure rest the dough. Look at this, very thin. We are going to let the tawa be very hot, and you are just going to toss it on both sides and just let it cook a little bit. Okay. So, here put it on the hot tawa, and you do not have to cook it. If the heat of the tawa is low, then it will become like a papad. So, it has to be really hot. Just cook it on one side a little bit, then turn to the other side. That way your roti will be soft. Once again, the tawa has to be hot and it should be just put on tawa just for few seconds. Now, this roti is done. We are going to put it here and then we are going to cut it for our samosas. Now, just cut the edges. Okay. Now, we are going to cut them into thin strips. Okay. Now, take the strips like this, and you will just need half of these strips to make your samosas. Just we are going to cut them like this, and these strips we are going to use to make our cocktail samosas. Once you cut these, just put them in a wet cloth so that they remain soft. Otherwise, they will dry out and become hard. Now, the rotis have been cut and kept aside. So, now let me show you how to make the masala for these samosas. And here I am going to take very little oil. In this, I am going to add some chopped onion, and we are going to slightly saute them. Going to sprinkle a little bit of salt to pull out the moisture. The masalas for the samosas always has to be dry, because once you fry the samosas, you want the samosas to remain crispy. That is only possible when you make sure that the mixture is dry, or else you add something to it so that the extra moisture is absorbed. So, once the onions are slightly sauteed, in this I am going to add mushroom pieces. Okay. And we are going to saute this mushroom also, and even mushrooms are notorious for oozing out the moisture. So, some of these moistures will come out and these mushroom pieces will shrink. In this, you are going to add some chili powder. If you want, you can also add pepper powder instead of chili powder, because pepper is a very good combination with mushrooms. In this, we are going to sprinkle a little bit of coriander powder and some cumin powder. Okay. And also, I am going to add some chopped coriander in this, and we are going to cook this till these mushrooms slightly shrink. Wow, the masala is already smelling good. In fact, there is not much masala. The mushroom pieces itself, I love mushrooms, but still some of the moisture is going to come out. So, I am going to add oats to this. This will help us to stuff the samosas and keep the samosas dry. Switch off the flame, mix this well, and use this mixture as a stuffing for our cocktail samosas. Now, we are going to take these sheets, and first we are going to make a triangle. Okay. Look at this, very easy. Another triangle. The third triangle comes like this, Now, we are going to stuff these triangles with the mushroom mixture. Okay. Just make sure you stuff them tight. That is when your samosas will look good. Okay. Look at this. This is a good stuffing. After you do that, just make a thick slurry of flour and water. You can also use egg or anything, but if you are pure vegetarian, you just want to take this mixture, just apply here and then seal the samosas. Okay. That is it, and this side also if you want you can seal it. So, your samosas are ready. These are the cocktail samosas which you can make very easily at home, and when you fry them they taste too good. Now, we are going to fry these samosas in hot oil, and that is it. These samosas are so simple. The goodness of these samosas is make these samosas, put in the fridge, and only when the guests come, that is when you fry them and serve them hot samosas. Dear friends, one other thing what we have seen commercially done is they make these samosas, fry them very little and then they freeze it. And later whenever you need, you can fry them. The same thing you can do at home, and just half fry these samosas, put in the freezer, and whenever you want, you can pull them out and fry it till they are nice and golden. Now, look at these samosas, perfectly fried, and wow. Another good thing is you can use the same dough to make kind of spring rolls also. Dear friends, I am here only to show the techniques, but use your creativity and you can convert the same sheets into spring rolls and or else into these awesome cocktail samosas. I need at least a dozen of these samosas to be pleased. Now, these samosas can be had with sweet chutney or anything you like. The goodness is in the crispiness. The oats, they took away the extra moisture that is coming from these mushrooms and kept them nice and crispy. Just outstanding. Wow. Mushrooms naturally have great flavor, and if you love the mushroom soup or any of these, I am telling you, these samosas are to die for. Dear friends, I hope you enjoyed today's mushroom cocktail samosas, but do not forget, VahRehVah is all about inspiring others to cook. So, please post your recipes and cooking tips at VahRehVah.com so others can benefit from your great cooking. Yummy, yummy!